Hey there, so if you caught my last video, you know I am currently on the Enchanted Princess, which is a brand new cruise ship from Princess Cruises. In fact, this is the very first cruise that they're doing. We are on our way to the Caribbean. So I just finished our first full day and I wanted to give you my first impression so far. So to start with, could that view be any better? I am in a Deluxe ocean view suite, so that means it's not a balcony, but it has this window, and we are actually right underneath, I don't know if you can see it, but right in the front of the ship, right on the bow. So we get this spectacular view when we wake up in the morning, and we just happen to be heading towards the sunrise. Let me start with the beginning, which is the check-in process. That one was actually so much smoother than other cruises that I've been on. So you do have to be vaccinated. You do have to have a negative COVID test, but right now they're accepting COVID tests that you can take at home. So I just ordered it ahead of time. It was, I want to say maybe $60 for a kit of two, 60 or 70 for two. And I took it via telemedicine. So you just go on a video chat when you're ready to take the test. They watch you to verify you do it correctly and then verify your results. And through that, then the cruise line accepts that as a negative test or as your test. So that was super easy. I didn't have to find a lab or anything like that. So once we arrived at the port, all we had to do is show our vaccine, our passport, our negative test, and then we were on the ship. It was so easy, it was so quick, and they broke it into groups, so it wasn't everybody arriving at the same time, which helped because there were no crowds, there were no lines, there was nothing. We just were able to walk right on, so that was amazing. My second observation is because this is a brand new ship, it is absolutely gorgeous. Everything is brand new, everything is designed really well, it's gorgeous. It's really open and airy. Walkways and the hallways are very bright and open. When I've been on some cruise lines when it's been very kind of closed in and small and you feel really crowded. That is not the case with this at all. Some of my favorite spaces are really just beautifully decorated and really wide open. The spa, if you happen to like the spa, this is definitely the ship to be on. The spa is huge and absolutely beautiful, and the treatment rooms are really big, so it makes a much more pleasant experience than some of those cramped, tight spas that you've been on maybe before. And then there's also a sport court, and all of the different pool areas are really well laid out. They have movies under the stars and a bunch of other things that I'll be showing you over the days as we continue on this cruise. I'll give you more videos on all of those features as we go along. This is considered to be a medallion cruise. So what that means is they gave us little fobs, and I don't have mine on right now, but it's just like a little medallion that you wear with you. Now, this is your room key. So as we walk up to our room, it automatically senses us and unlocks the door for us. I never have to worry about swiping the key card or anything like that. It is also the locator, so when my husband is across the ship and I need to know where he is, I can just look up on my phone and see exactly where he is. But the coolest part, the one I like the best, is you can be anywhere in the ship and order anything you want. Want a cocktail by the pool? Just order it. They will find you because of your medallion and bring you that right away. Want some chocolate chip cookies at midnight and you happen to be sitting under the stars? Go ahead and order it and they will bring it to you. It is the coolest thing. Even if you forgot sunscreen and you need to order it, they will bring it to you. It is so cool to be able to have anything you want at any time, have them bring it to you, and never have to wait in line. It's pretty amazing. The other thing is the way that they do their dining package. So you can do it one of two ways. You can either make individual reservations. So say you wanted to eat at different times each night or in different restaurants each night or with different people each night. You can do that. You can make those different reservations. Or if you just kind of, you know what, just give me the same dinner time, same restaurant every single night, you can do that too. So it's kind of nice to have that flexibility. And even if you start one way, you can always change it and make different reservations as you go along in the cruise. The other thing that I thought was pretty fantastic was the food. Initially, the first day, I have to admit, I wasn't super thrilled, but the second day, I actually, they kind of got into their groove and the food got really pretty amazing. So I'm really happy with the food quality. The service wasn't spectacular the first night, but again, this is the very first cruise and I'm sure they just needed to hit their stride because last night at dinner, the service was much improved. So I don't want to count that as a negative. I just know there's going to be perhaps some hiccups as we go along this first cruise. Because it's the first one, the staff, even though I'm sure they've been on other cruise ships before, this is the first time they're on this one, and so they have to all learn to work together and kind of, like I said, catch their groove. The other thing that's been pretty fantastic is their organization. So for instance, we were in their private, on the private island, the Princess Keys yesterday, and just the process of getting your tender, because they anchor the ship and then you take a boat to shore. That process of getting everybody on and finding a time slot and how you had to wait was very, very smooth. You just, when you were ready, you went and got a ticket, and then they said, okay, ticket number, blah, 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 go ahead and board the tender now. And so it was a very smooth and easy process. There was no huge lines. There was no waiting and jostling. It was just a very smooth process. And on that note, regarding COVID, there are hand washing stations and hand sanitizing stations everywhere. When you walk into the buffet, they ask you to wash your hands. When you walk into the dining room, they have hand sanitizers. When you walk into, heck, when I got off the ship to get on the tender, they had us sanitize when we got off. They had us sanitize when we got there, when we came back. They have hand washing and sanitizing stations everywhere. So they are taking cleanliness very seriously. We also have to wear our masks in the elevators, in the hallways, except for, of course, when we're away from people or eating, things of that nature. But they are taking it very seriously, which I appreciate because it makes me feel more comfortable cruising during this time. Okay, now for some things that were little hiccups that kind of bugged me, but I'm sure they'll be fixed as time goes on. One is the Medallion net. So that is the Wi-Fi that's on the ship. It is supposed to be the best at sea, and when it's working, it's great. But I had a little trouble connecting, and so that was kind of a problem for me. I have it fixed now. I can connect now, no problem. But initially it was a bit of a hiccup that was a little frustrating. And then the only other negative experience we've had so far is the TV. We keep trying to watch a movie on the TV and it stops. Literally, we were trying to watch a movie last night. It stopped 3 times because it said the network was disconnected. And then we had to restart it and fast forward to the part we left off on. So that was kind of frustrating. But of everything we've done on the ship, to have only 2 frustrations is actually pretty amazing. And if you're planning a vacation this year, take a look at this video here, which will tell you all of our secrets about how a professional plans vacations for our clients. And other than that, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.